Without Mountain Alliance, I'm not gonna cry. I don't know whether or not I'd still be here. When I was a kid, I was very like angsty and sad all the time, and I had a really rough time growing up, and Mountain Alliance basically, no, they basically saved my life.
Hey, Mountain Alliance! Hey, yo, what's up?
Mountain Alliance is a nonprofit based out of Watauga High School, and so we serve primarily the high school students. And we do service and adventure trips after school and on the weekends. And we also do a few extended trips like for their spring break and over long weekends. And all those trips, like 95% of them are free for students.
What really attracted me to work for Mountain Alliance was just this big goal of impacting, having a big impact on the lives of the youth in our community. Couldn't agree more with our tagline, it's students today, leaders tomorrow. And the way Mountain Alliance serves youth is also what I'm really passionate about, is taking groups of students out in nature, exposing them to the world around us through awesome adventure activities, hiking, backpacking, rock climbing, caving, mountain biking, all these fun things we get to do. The value of serving others is huge. I think that when you take students out and give them the opportunity to serve other people, whether it's serving food or building a new trail, people do that when they're young. It starts a habit, it starts to form, starts to become part of who they are, and they'll be way more inclined to continue to serve throughout the rest of their life.
I can tell you a story that kind of hooked me. I took a group of students from the mountains to an expedition to Edisto Island. We drove to Edisto Island, which was about six and a half hours away. I drove and I was dealing with some of the hardcore students, really, really tough kids, if you will. Some of them were, headed to training school. Anyway, we get to the beach, and I take them out onto the beach, and we're standing on the shoreline, and we're looking out on the ocean, and myself and my co-instructor were looking, and we saw like 10 what we thought were the really hardcore kids stand there and look out. And they were as quiet as could be. And then we realized that was the first time they ever saw the ocean. That was my first trip that made me realize that this is really powerful stuff.
Basically everybody I hang out with is in Mountain Alliance. I don't think I have any friends outside of Mountain Alliance, because I basically spend my whole life in there. Like lunchtime, I'm in the Mountain Alliance room. Before school, I'm standing in front of the Mountain Alliance room. After school, I go to the Mountain Alliance room, even if I'm not on a trip, I'm like, bye guys. Like, they're my family. Like, they're my BFFs.
When I'm selling Mountain Alliance to prospective sponsors or a sponsor who's been supporting for years and needs to be kind of re-energized, for me, it's all about telling them about our big goal. And our big goal is to make a big impact in the lives of students. It starts at the individual level that we have the potential to make high school a better time for one student. We have the opportunity to make one student who is going to be on a path to engage in risky behaviors and drop out of school and have a life that isn't based in leadership. It starts at that individual level, selling them on how their support could make one person's life better.
I feel like we could sit here for hours and I could not tell you enough about how wonderful Mountain Alliance is. Like, I've written a letter to Rachel saying, thank you for everything you do. Mountain Alliance is like, Mountain Alliance is not just a program for teens. It's like home.